New York City, the concrete jungle where dreams are made of. I first came to New York when I dreamed of working in the UN and helping the world make a change. Then I came back with my family. We dreamed of a final big holiday all together, and it was indeed the best and last one we ever had. And now I'm back by myself. Last year I quit my job to pursue a dream which felt like a massive leap. But in the big city, I'm hopeful. Hi guys, it's Abena here and welcome to the vlog. I am so excited and I hope you guys are too because we're at New York. Okay, don't look like I'm in New York. I'm actually in my friend's room. I'm here for a work trip and I'm gonna take you guys behind the scenes. We'll be staying in Manhattan. I'm so excited to show you guys the city views. But for now, I'm crashing with my friend in Brooklyn, Sulafa. We actually met when I was living in France, which is crazy. I now live in London, but here we are in New York. So I feel like the world, the universe is such a crazy place and it's very small. I arrived yesterday. It was a very long flight. Actually, it was 7 hours, which for some people is not long, but for me, I just can't sit still for that long. And when we came, we just got some Venezuelan food. My first time at trying that cuisine, and it was absolutely scrumptious. I got a little rice bowl and it was like a warm poke bowl. It was very nice, so I highly recommend if you're in town. But today's raining. It's raining, but that's not gonna dampen the mood because we're in New York, baby, okay? Life is about to feel like a movie for the next 4 days and I can't wait to take you guys along. Let's go get some food. So I'm currently in line to enter the MoMA. The line is so long. I don't even know how to explain how long this line is, but basically from the start of the line to where I am right now, right at the back, it definitely took me a good 5-6 minutes to walk. So it took me 5-6 minutes to walk here with no restriction. So I guess I'm lining up. It might take me a good 10 to 20 minutes to get inside. I think it's just because out of all the must-do things in New York, this is one of the things that are like inside, and it's raining so badly that I think everyone just wants to be inside. So I'm gonna stick it out. I am back. I honestly, because it's raining, I was like, I'm not gonna try and do a ton of things today because it gets to a point where you're like, you feel really wet and moist and icky and you're like, I just want to go inside and be comfortable. So I came back and changed into my PJs. At the cookie place, I got cookies. So we have to taste test these. Before I came to New York, a content creator I know who had come to New York said she really liked these cookies. I had not really heard of them before, but I went to buy some. The first cookie I bought was their lemon cookie. So this is it. It's very chunky, as you can see. I'm gonna try and break some off without, I don't know. So I've just had one mouthful and I have to say they are quite hard. It's quite crunchy. But I feel like whenever I look at thick cookies, I'm like, it has to be really moist and soft because it's thick and it's gooey and it's soft. But this is like thick but crunchy, so it's giving shortbread, if that makes sense. I also got what is meant to be like their kind of signature, which is their walnut and chocolate chip, which I'm gonna try now. I've already broken this, thankfully. So let me try a little bit. Immediately it's much better. I can tell why this is their signature. So this is a lot more moist on the inside. Maybe that the lemon cookie I got was maybe overcooked. It's moist on the inside. It's actually really tasty, and like I'm not the biggest fan of walnuts. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to eat a walnut, but it doesn't taste too nutty, which is good. So almost like the walnut taste actually really like complements the chocolate. Yeah, this is actually nice. Papa, say hi. Hi. Oh my god. This is insane. Guys, look at the skyline. We're in New York. Morning, guys. So I'm here with Silafa. Hello, hello. And we are just walking down this strip along the river, seeing all the bridges and the beautiful views of the skyline. I just think it's absolutely stunning. So yeah, it's just a really nice spring morning. It's kind of cold, but the sky is blue, the sun is out, so good vibes all around. Let me show you around this hotel room. So when you enter, this is what you kind of get. So here we have the shower. I really like the fact that Virgin have kind of themed the shower to their colors. So there's a red shower and then a red shower head here, which I just think is cute because I've never seen a red shower head before. Very on brand. Then I've drawn the curtains here because I don't want to show you the mess, but we've got some dressing gowns and an iron. We've got a little vanity table, which is cute. Behind me is my sink. And then we have my suitcase and wardrobe space. This is a toilet, which for obvious reasons I'm not going to show you. Then we have the room. Obviously, the star of the show is the view. It's absolutely amazing. Then on my right, you have a little table area. This is so cute because you've got sockets, you know, just to work. So this is the little desk area, very comfy. And then there's a Smeg. They have a Smeg fridge. How insane. Espresso, all of that. There's also a couples kit here. I won't say it anymore. You have the bed, you got a little TV on your left, you got, you know, this on your right. And then we have this gorgeous, gorgeous view for the gorgeous, gorgeous babes. And guess what? It's right here, the Empire State Building. I know that's right. Morning, my lovelies. This morning's sunrise was insanely amazing. I feel like sunrise can either be like really good or like just kind of meh, and it's really hard to tell if it's gonna be a good sunrise or not. I feel like sunset, you can kind of tell sometimes when it's not going to be a good sunset, but sunrise is very much a risk. Do you wake up early to see sunrise, or do you just skip it? But today was so worth waking up to see the sunrise because it was absolutely amazing, and I just took so many videos and photos. So I would definitely recommend this hotel because you get a really good sunrise view, and of course an amazing view of the Empire State Building, which we will be visiting later today. So yesterday, Broadway, let's chat what happened. So I ended up not going to Broadway. I know, wait, let me explain. So when I went to go get same day tickets, I was kind of late. Like I literally went like an hour before the show start, and unfortunately it's, you know, it was a weekend, it's a Sunday, and all the Broadway extra kind of tickets were gone. So all they had on the board was off-Broadway tickets, and I was really confused. So I asked one of the ladies that was helping there, like, what does off-Broadway mean? And she was like, oh, it honestly just means that the theatre is smaller than a normal Broadway theatre. So I didn't know this, but I think a Broadway theatre has to have a minimum size. Okay, the Broadway theatres are like the biggest kind of theatres you get in New York. But then there's like a lower tier, which is like smaller theatres, which is called off-Broadway. And she was like, it doesn't really affect the quality of the show. Obviously, a Broadway show, you know, has bigger budget, is a bigger theatre, we're more likely to have like bigger names and like bigger titles, but an off-Broadway show can be just as good, and usually they're a lot more like innovative stories because there's less of a financial risk. Like Broadway is like massive production, whilst when I was reading about it, they were saying that off-Broadway is an opportunity for like theatre production teams to like explore and see kind of what different themes they can kind of put on stage. And actually there are plays like Hamilton was an off-Broadway show that ended up doing so well that they're like, okay, we're gonna put this on Broadway. So, you know, off-Broadway can be really, really good. So the show I ended up watching was A Sign of the Times, which is basically set in the 1960s, and it's about this girl called Cindy who moves from Ohio, where she's in a very traditional kind of community, which is like, I don't know, go to school, get your education. As a woman, education doesn't really matter, you just have to like get married and have kids. So it starts off with her like being proposed to, and she's like, no, I don't want to follow this like traditional kind of route. I actually want to chase my dreams and become a photographer. So she actually travels to New York City, where she meets different people, and like, you know, she kind of lives this more liberal life and kind of fights against like misogyny and like gender inequality. And also this is the 1960s, so like it's in the backdrop of the civil rights movement, the backdrop of kind of the women's rights movement, anti kind of Vietnam War sentiment, so a very historical time. So that was kind of the story. It was cute, it was like a basic story, I would say. I was also very jet lagged, so I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I could have, but it was still a nice vibe, so I kind of still recommend trying an off-Broadway show if you can't get a Broadway show. And I only paid $50, which was 50% off the ticket. It should have cost me $100 and I paid $50, so I think it was worth it. Hi guys, sorry I've been so quiet today. I just had to prioritize shooting content at the hotel, so I was kind of in and out of the hotel throughout the day, and I didn't really have much time outside. So when I went to Chelsea Market and the High Line and Central Park, it was like very quick kind of stops to just kind of make sure that I've done it. and you know, made the most of my trip to New York. But I'm coming to do something really exciting, and it's gonna be the best way to celebrate the last evening here in New York. Let's go! So the atmosphere here is pretty somber. There are actually 2 memorials, one for each tower. I've been here before, but I feel like come here again, like the significance is not lost on me. I'm actually sat in front of the museum. When you come to the memorial here, there's like an underground part, which is a museum, which I went to last time when I came here with my parents, and it is honestly such a moving museum. Like, I dare anyone to go in there and not cry or not be moved. So many artifacts and stories about the incident. Anyway, I'm not going to the museum today because I don't really have much time. I'm gonna end this trip on a high. I'm gonna see the Statue of Liberty.